Hello, I'm Chef Luis Bollo, chef partner of Salinas restaurant. Today we are going to do an arroz meloso. For the ones that don't know, Spanish rice is made of by doing three different techniques. One will be arroz seco, the other one will be arroz caldoso, and another will be arroz meloso. Arroz seco will be the traditional technique to do paella. Arroz caldoso will be soupy rice, so a high proportion of liquid and a short or small proportion of rice. And the third one will be the soupy rice called arroz caldoso. So today we are going to do the arroz meloso of Carabineros. We're going to use Carabinero shrimp from the south of Spain and also some roque shrimp. Okay, so we are going to start by adding a little bit of olive oil to the pot. We're using a cast iron pot. It's very, very hot. It's going to just keep all the temperature right there. So we will add a ton of the Carabinero shrimp. And the goal is just to make a little bit of broth, a little bit of, try to take all the flavor from these heads, those gorgeous heads. So now I'm going to add some peppers and onions and a little bit of garlic too. I'm going to smash a little bit the head of the shrimp so all the liquids, all the juices kind of come out. And I'll let the onions, garlic, and head of the shrimp simmer all together. So now I'm going to add a little bit of sweet paprika from Spain, smoked sweet paprika. And I'm not going to let it cook because it's can become kind of bitter. So I'm going to add some tomato sauce, it's going to tablespoon, some white wine, and a little bit of Spanish brandy, just a little bit. Something else I'm going to add is just basic caramelized onions, tomatoes, and paprika sofrito. And this sofrito actually takes like almost like a caramelized onions, and this will give a lot of flavor. So I'm going to let it cook for a couple of minutes. And we'll add some of our, seafood lobster shells broth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take like 4 parts of liquid. Okay, I'm going to let this broth cook for about 8 minutes until all the flavors are released. So now I'm going to take those shells, the heads, and any shell that cook here out. So at this point, what I'm going to do is just add in some Spanish saffron from La Mancha and some bomba rice. Remember, this is just kind of a 1/3 to 1/4 of the proportion of the liquid. Okay, so I'm going to add now some mushrooms. Those are hen of the woods. A couple of mushrooms, not too much, because you don't want to overwhelm the flavor of the rice. So I add in some tropea onions. Now there is a spring, some mushrooms, and some green cauliflower. I'm gonna cook this for about 10 minutes. So the whole process of cooking the rice is about 15 minutes. So let's say I cook the rice for 5 minutes first without vegetables, and another 5 minutes with some of the vegetables. So this rice has been cooking for about 11, 12 minutes. I'm gonna add the fava beans. Now it's just springtime, so I like to use spring ingredients, some peas, maybe a green garbanzo beans, not too many, but just enough. This should be cook enough in about 4 minutes. What is very important is just when you are cooking the rice, the rice should be cooked for 12 to 15 minutes. And what is critical is just to let this rice set for at least 5 minutes. So the natural starch from the rice will be released and you will get that creaminess. That in combination with a little bit of olive oil will make our arroz the way that we want it. So now we are gonna add just the carabinero and the roque shrimp. This rice has been cooked for 40 minutes already. I'm gonna let it cook for 1-2 minutes, maybe 3. And after those 2 minutes, I'm gonna make sure that I leave this rice at the old time and let it rest for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so after those 5 minutes of resting, this rice is just ready. What I'm gonna add is a little bit of our shrimp oil. I'm gonna help it just to actually emulsify the liquids. So you see, there's some creaminess here that it doesn't come from anything else but the natural starch. Okay, Okay, so we're gonna proceed to present the rice. As you see, the texture is shiny. The rice still have an al dente texture, and the shrimp will look nice. We're gonna finish it up by adding a little bit of couscous of cauliflower. Will give a little bit of texture to the dish. Here you have your arroz meloso de carabineros and roque shrimp.